Page 4, round dance. This is a fun little piece. You know what a round is? It's where different people or instruments are doing the same melody but at different times. Like row, row, row your boat thing, whatever. Well, this is what this is. With each hand is doing the melody but at different times. So, 3/4 time, no sharps or flats. We're in the key of C major. I don't see any accidentals, so we're all just the white keys, pretty much, somewhere, wherever. But the melody, look at this. At the beginning, it's 1 and in the left hand, when it comes in, it's this. It's sort of the same melodies, and it's at different times. And it's a duet between the two hands. So when I say bring out the melody, well, it's both hands here, so you don't have to worry about it. Well, let's just double check the notes and the rhythms and make sure we got it. We are moving around a little bit. You're starting here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1. And then rest for measure, and then the second line is pretty much the same thing. But then in measure 9, you come up. You have 2 beats of rest to come up. You're going to play the same melody, but now it's up here. Left hand, you're starting here. In case you're wondering, this is actually in the key of A minor. And then when you go to measure 9, we go to C major. Those two keys are related. We say they're relative because they both have the same key signature, no sharps or flats. So we have the major key, C major, and we have the relative minor key, A minor. Yeah. So at the beginning, the left hand, you're here. When it comes in, 1. The rhythm in both hands are almost the same, not quite. So, not quite. And then in measure 10, you just come up here in your C major. Try the hands together. This should be interesting. Here, A minor, start here. 1. See that third measure, you think, oh no, well this looks hard. You're just mirroring each other, using the same finger in each hand. It's actually much easier. It's the next measure that's harder because now they're going in parallel and using different fingers. At the same time, go down to the third line, measure 9, you're up here. It's the same melody you had up. Now in the left hand, look out between measures 7 and 8. You're here, measure 7, and that E is tied. You hang on to it for 2 counts, so it's 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2. So hang on to it. And it's the same thing at the bottom. The last 2 measures, you're up here. That G is tied for 2 beats, so hang on to it. Don't play it again. Now, you're moving your hands around a little bit because we're starting in this position, both hands. And when you get to measure 9, we're up here. And then at the bottom, you have the D, C, F fine. It's going to send you back to the beginning. You got to come back down here. Well, fortunately, we got rest. So I recommend we do this 1 hand at a time. That is, you move it 1 hand at a time. So on measure 8, when you're done, as you're playing these notes, move the right hand up into position. So you're here. So you're here ready to go. You move during the rest while your left hand is busy. Can you play and move at the same time? Don't wait until the end and then try and get everything together. I don't recommend it. It's a bad habit. There's times in music you might have to do that, but if we can, let's not do that. Move up here. And then as the right hand is playing measure 9, then you move the left hand up and get it in position. Then at the bottom, when you're done, as the left hand is playing, move the right hand down. So you're ready to go at the beginning, And then as the right hand is playing, move the left hand down. So it's ready. So that's how I'm recommending you move the hands. We have to do it in a way that we're not messing up the rhythm or anything, and it's really hard to move both hands at the same time, so I prefer not to if I can help it, and here we don't have to. Slurs, lift up in the slurs between each hand, and that's not a problem for the right hand because you have rests in the right hand between the slurs. The left hand you need to lift up. So it's like on measure 12 in the left hand, you're here. But when you go to measure 13, lift up. It's like taking a breath. And you, so forth. Dynamics, well, it's both hands, and you're soft, whatever you think soft is. And then for measures 3 and 4, you got that swell. You're going to go up and come back down. You go up to about a medium soft. You don't go up very much. But look in the middle of the hairpins, I said them. Find the note or whatever's there, and that's your target. And here it's going to be the first note in the 4th measure. That's where I'm headed. So I'm going to get a little louder. Right there. And then I'm going to come back off. So go up and go back down. Same thing in the second line on measure 7 and 8. It's here. So and stay up there and then come down. Because that note in the left hand's tight. So starting on measure 6, it's here. It's soft. So you just come down, you don't slow down like I did, but you could get softer. Then in measure 9, now we're loud, and for the last 2 lines you're pretty much loud until the end. Whatever you think loud is, that's both hands, until the last measure at the bottom you come back down. So the last 2 measures you're loud. That's where you get softer. Because there's a DC al fine there. DC means go back to the beginning, and you're soft at the beginning. So you're coming back down here. The al fine part means go to fine, and the fine is at the second, or the end of the second line there. Measure 8, the end of 8. Where the thin and thick bar lines are, oh, you'll find it too. Speed-wise, what's the fun thing? Just whatever you, it's got to be accurate and controllable, whatever you think it is. I don't recommend slowing down at the end. Keep in mind this is a dance. People would be dancing to it in theory. So you want to keep the tempo, the pulse pretty even so the dancers don't get messed up. As far as the speed goes, now you can take it faster than that, maybe in allegretto. Maybe that's, it's the overall feel of it. Imagine in your head, or imagine anywhere you want, I guess, but people are dancing to this. What they're moving around to it. However fast that is, that's how fast you take it, assuming you can play it that fast accurately. I like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. And we're going to go real slow. We will do the DC al fine part though, so I'll give us 3 counts and let's try it together. 1, ready and go, and 1 and 2. top.